Good afternoon, students. Now, yesterday or in previous class, we have seen that how the Vijayanagar Empire emerged or emerged or this crossed through the different dynasties, and each dynasty now ornamented or enhanced the power and prestige of the Vijayanagar Empire. Understand? Or this was a Hindu kingdom, or it's have the having the very great influence in the all the surroundings. Or we have seen that the Vijayanagar empires, before this empire, there was a great challenge of the Bahmani states, or as well as it's had the challenge of the acquiring the Odisha and the Gajpati states, because to bring the control over the overseas trade and commerce, and moreover, and it's had the much challenge to control the Krishna and the Tungabhadra or the Krishna rivers, and the moreover the Vijayanagar empires now having a very long struggle, involvement in the long struggle with the Bahmani state over the Raichur Dwaba. That was the much fertile lands. Understand? Or about this land, many of the foreign travelers, they had now described that, or we have already studied that as the Vijayanagar Empire emerged or established, so then during that time, understand, they had many of the foreign travelers visited these states, and they had given the vivid descriptions of this Vijayanagar Empire, or they have now appreciated, have had appreciated the cities and the towns of the Vijayanagar Empire, or kings and administration of the Vijayanagar Empire, and particularly the Krishnadev Raya, now who attained the highest climax of the growth of this state, or the power and expansion of this state, and in all round, even in the literary field, or in the administration, arms, army, or its conquest. About that, the Krishnadev Raya kingdoms, or his empire became the very prominent, and moreover, but we know that because of the policy during the Sadasiv Rao, understand, Raya, who became the king, but he was not so effective. So the entire power was now taken over by the Ramaraya. Understand? Ramaraya, who now captured the whole power under his hands, and because of his policy of the creating the discord among the Bahmani state, other Bahman, Bijapur, Golconda, Bidar, Barar, understand, Ahmednagar, Bijapur, Golconda, Virar, among these states, he tried to create a discord, but his policy failed. Understand? Or these all states now forced a coalition, a joint confrontation, or they attack upon the Vijayanagar Empire, or we have seen that in the 1565. Understand? A ferocious battle occurred, and happened between these Elis and the Vijayanagar, or ultimately the Vijayanagar just lost the battle, and the Rajaram Raya was the Ramaraya was the butchered, and he was the killed. Understand? Or one thing is that Vijayanagar cities, understand, cities were just destroyed, and completely rooted out or disseminated. And now one of the many of the foreign or the travelers say, they describe that such kind of the destruction hardly found or the loot and destruction hardly found in the history of the mankind, understand, or in the history of the world. Such kind of the destruction by the enemy have the rarely found in the pages of the history. So now today students, so in this way we see that the Vijayanagar Empire ultimately it's fallen to ground, or but still its grand buildings or the structures, understand, or particularly the temple structure now spoke and speaks a lot about its ancient glory or its reminiscences, understand, whatever the it's had the memory, this speaks a lot about its grandness or about its as its luminous glory of the past. Understand? So here, students, we shall now just focus certain points of that. First, the discovery of Hampi. Hampi. Understand? So this empire, Vijayanagar Empire, and the city and the empire were the similarly known. Understand? Vijayanagar in the means the victory, victorious city. Understand? And the Hampi and the victorious city, and moreover, methods used to the study the ruins. You got the methods of the study these ruins. Now the foreign travelers, understand, who had give a vivid accounts of the Vijayanagar Empire, or as well as the other methods, and the other methods have been the adopted to acquire the more knowledge about that. The heavy plunder we know very well in the 1565 heavy plunder and the battle just deserted this city completely. This Vijayanagar Empire city was completely deserted on 17th or 18th century, fallen in the ruins. Understand? But this only its reminiscences or its fragments and the ruins remained on the. However, empire glory now continued in the memory of the people of Vijayanagar Empire. They never forgotten, and the living in the Krishna or Tungabhadra Dwaba. Those peoples who were living between the Krishna and Tungabhadra, they now just carried the memory of the Vijayanagar, glory of the Vijayanagar city and the Vijayanagar Empire, and they remembered it now as a Hampi. They remembered as the Hampi, or according to the popular traditions, the name of Hampi was derived from, according to the local tradition, that Hampi on the bank of the derived from the name of the local goddess Hampi. Hampi have been derived from the name of a local goddess, now the Pampa Devi. Pampa Devi. Hampi name has been derived from the local goddess Pampa Devi, and this according to the tradition that Hampi on the bank of the Tungabhadra. This Hampi is situated on the bank of Tungabhadra river, remember, and was the capital city of the now Kiskindha kingdom. It is said that long before the Vijayanagar Empire, this has been the Hampi has been the capital city of the Kiskindha state, the monkey kingdoms of the king of the Bali. It was the once in the history or the legend had been the capital city of the monkey king Bali. Bali and Sugri have heard na. So this is suppose that this was the kingdom, this was the city of capital city of the Bali. Understand, from where he ruled over that area. And besides this tradition, oral traditions, archaeologists found helped considerably in the construction of the Vijayanagar Empire. Now they found the many of the archaeological support and archaeological remains, which also speaks a lot about the history of this empire, or the Colonel Colin Mackenzie. He is credited with the discovery of the Vijayanagar Empire. He is credited, and by the profession he was an engineer or now antiquarian. Understand? He had the hobby of the collection of the antiquities or the antique goods or the things. Understand? So he was a antiquarian, or attracted his attentions to the ruins of the Hampi in 1800. Almost the 1800, this Colonel Colin Mackenzie became very much interested in the finding about the Hampi. Understand? Ruin city Hampi in 1800, and he was in the service of the East India Company. Now you know very well that our country was under the control of the East India Company. Understand? Or moreover, East India Company, or under this the first survey map of the sites, and he was the man who or now he tried to draw the first survey map survey of the sites, or now lots of initiations or the information received by him was based on the based on the memories of the priest. Many of the information whatever he acquired, Mackenzie acquired, was based on the priest or the or a priest of the Virupaksha temple. Those who were the priest in the Virupaksha temples, they provided the much information to Mackenzie, or the shrine of the Pampa Devi, and he got the other information from the shrine of the Pampa Devi, and a photographer started recording Hampi. Understand? The many photographers, they started taking the picture of the Hampi, and in 1856 Alexander Greenlaw, understand, another archaeologist, Greenlaw took the first detailed photographs of the archaeological remains at the Hampi, and the Alexander Greenlands, who took the first detailed photographs of the archaeological remains. जितने भी archaeological whatever the remains were there, it was photographed at Hampi, or it helped in the study of the archaeologist. That no doubt helped them in the studying of the archaeologist. Okay, and further the epigraphist, further in or the inscription or the writing or the carving out on the pillars and the stones. So these inscriptions also help in the finding out the fact about the Vijayanagar Empire, and moreover, or the made more significant contribution of the discovery of that epigraphist, those who were the very skilled and well versed in study or the identifying the letters on carved out on the stones. Understand? So they are called as the epigraphist. So these epigraphists started collecting dozen of inscription, many of the pillar inscriptions and rock inscriptions at this and other temples at the Hampi. They started study the inscription, what the carve out on the temples, on the stones. They started studying about that. The historians collated, and then after these historians collated, means the similarized and tried to resemble the information collected from the sources. Whatever the information they had collected from the sources, with accounts of the foreign travelers, and as well as I had already mentioned, many foreign travelers, understand, Nunites, Pius Barbosa, understand, other many of the foreign travelers, they had visited the Vijayanagar Empire, and whatever they saw, understand, they now written down in their accounts, and those accounts were similarized with that of the and collated with the information collected from the inscription and collected from the archaeology. Those informations were collated and given by the and other literature written in and other literature's informations like the written in the different languages like the Tamil, Telugu, Kannada or the Sanskrit in order to reconstruct the history of the city of this empire, the history of the Vijayanagar empires. Understand, these all information, evidences and the facts were correlated with the literary facts, archaeological facts, stories, understand, oral sources, written sources, archaeological sources, and from the literatures in different languages. These were collated together to find out, to reconstruct the history of the Vijayanagar Empire. All these, and moreover, at the historians quality, or in 1876, J.F. Fleet, 1876, J.S. Fleet's documenting the inscription on the temple walls at the site. He documented all the inscription, okay, on the temples walls at the site, whatever on the temple's walls. Understand? He documented in 1902. Further, progress happened. Now conservation of the site began under the John Marshall. Now the John Marshall in the 1902 started the conservation and preservations of the site taken under the John Marshall, and in 1986 Hampi was declared the World Heritage. One thing is that very remarkable thing, Hampi was in the 1986. This Hampi was declared as a World Heritage. What very good things were that, and moreover, the confirmations of the information provided by the priest of the Virupaksha temples, and these were confirmed. What the information the historians got from the priest of Virupaksha, these were confirmed, or undoubtedly these method confirm the information provided by the priest of the Virupaksha temples. Whatever the priest of Virupaksha temples, he had provided the information. So these were confirmed by these methods of the analysis, by the literatures, by the architectural information, or oral tales of the Virupaksha priest. These all information were collaborated, analyzed, understand, or recognized, and then after they come to the one conclusion and come to the facts. Understand? So this is the method of the history also. Students, you are being the student of history, you must have to be the practice these methods in your further study. And moreover, our Virupaksha temple, for example, tell the story here, the Pampa or the Virupaksha. Here is the story Pampa. Pampa Devi was very much inclined towards the Virupaksha. She was much fascinated with the Virupaksha, and then after, and the Virupaksha was a form of Shiva, was called as the Virupaksha god. Understand? The form of Shiva. So she was inclined. Understand? And she now did the hard penance for getting the Virupaksha. Understand? To getting a Virupaksha. Ultimately, Virupaksha became very pleased with her, and then after he asked what she wanted. So she told that she wanted the name of these cities in her name, after her name. But that is why this the name of the city was the called as the Pampa Devi. Then after the Pampa Devi's corrupt name later on changed at the Hampi. Understand? Hampi. So this story is hidden behind the Virupaksha temples or the city of the Hampi. Okay, the Pampa Devi. It is the Hampi is the corrupt form of the Pampa Devi. Understand? And this name is the name of a goddess. She was much fascinated with the Virupaksha and the got married with him. Understand? Or by the hard penance she got him. And later on, the traditions of the temples building was the prevalent in this area since long. These traditions of the temples building is the traditions of the since very long time, and for a very long time this tradition is the existing there. And moreover, it is the said that Pallava, Chalukya, these kings, the Pallava and Chalukya and the Hoysala or the Cholas, understand, from time to time in this area or in one inscription now according to the found from the Virupaksha built temples, according to it is a claim that a grant was made to the shrine temple in presence of the 700 now 700 Mahajanas. This was the given a grant was given in congregations. Moreover, it appears that the Hampi had got developed as a city by that time, or by that time Hampi had developed as a city. Understand? Almost the 1200 AD. By that, the Hampi had developed as a city. Or several inscriptions mention the Hoysala or the Someshwar Hoysala king. It is other inscription skips gives the information that the Hoysala king Someshwar had now built the temples. Okay, in this area Hampi. However, we don't find any now mentioned of the Hampi as a city in the account of the Nunis. Nunis visited India, understand, but in his account no cities of the Hampi had been mentioned. And we come in the India now, just who came in India in 16th century, and in later literary texts we don't find. Nunis reached here in 1535, understand, but in order to collect the facts regarding the establishments of the city, he writes that there were a number of stories prevalent in area regarding the establishment of the new empire Vijayanagar empire and the rise of the Hampi. A number of stories had been written down in the rise of that. The Nunis writes the Vijayanagar was selected having been inspired by the Virupaksha and Pampa Devi temples, or Vijayanagar empire was selected as a city or as a dominant place, understand, or the renowned place associated with the Virupaksha and Pampa Devi temple. So this area became the very much or these cities, Vijayanagar city, Hampi emerged because of these temples, Virupaksha or Pampa Devi. And the rulers of Vijayanagar empire claimed to rule as a representative of God Virupaksha. All the rulers, they now claimed, Vijayanagar empire's rulers claimed that they are the representative of the God Virupaksha. Okay, they associated them. All royal orders of the Vijayanagar generally carried Sri Virupaksha. जितने भी stamp of the Vijayanagar empire was carried the Sri Virupaksha written in the Kannada script. So we can understand that how this Virupaksha temple was important and the effective even in the because the royal stamps were given in the name of the Virupaksha and moreover according to the contemporary sources now reveals that the rulers of the Vijayanagar had adopted the title of Hindu Suratrana. Understand? That suggests their close link with the gods. Hindu Suratarna, or as well as it was the Sanskrit translation of the Arabic term Sultan, means king. It means Hindu Sultan. It means Hindu Sultan. So we see we find a lots of inscription, a lots of information about the Vijayanagar Empire. So students from tomorrow, that was the emergence of the Vijayanagar or Hampi city, how this emerged. Understand? What the story behind this, that you will read again very carefully. And then after Raya's Nayak or the Sultan, we shall study, or after that the foreign trade. In the next topic, we shall start tomorrow. Okay, that's this is the much for today. Thank you very much.